What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. And I thought this would be a story that I would cover opposite of the initial story I covered today. So initially today, we talked about Hershey's using a biological man to erase women, essentially. To say International Women's Day would now be represented by a biological man. They selected 6 individuals to put on candy bars that said he, she, or her, she, I believe, spelt Hershe, and it's another like woke capitalism thing. And there is a ton of backlash on Twitter today. But my message to people who are annoyed by that is to remember that when you're at the store, the online outrage sometimes works, but long term, what really works is not buying their products, buying other products, and explicitly tweeting them and saying, hey, I bought this chocolate bar from a different brand and it's even better. That's why I even talked about this morning, this kind of stuff with Hershey's literally is why I started Coffee Brand Coffee with the mantra. There's a reason my face isn't on the coffee website. Yes, it's next to my videos, but there are lots of people that order coffee from me that have no idea what my political opinions are. And that's how I wanted it. And so Blaire White made a Twitter post, and it's got everyone all mad. So, and people are setting her threats on her life and all this kind of stuff. It's insane. Oh, by the way, I did a 24-hour sale. I'm trying to get new people to try the coffee. The promo code still works for existing companies, but 10 off will save you. I'll put the promo code in the description. It is March 2nd. I would love to ask you to try out. If you drink coffee, tea, or cocoa, I promise you'll love ours. If you don't, I'll refund your money. And I'll give you 10% off to try it today. 10 off promo code will save 10% for the next 24 hours. Pick a coffee or two to try out. Maybe a regular one, a flavored one. Maybe some K-Cups. If you like decaf, we have that. We have double caffeinated cold brew bakes. We have a Roaster's Choice program. We have a dozen organic loose leaf teas that are absolutely delicious. We have hot cocoa. Today, hopefully, I will earn your business because I know once you give us a try, you'll stick around. Now, Blaire White made this post. It has 8 million views, 34,000 likes. Full disclosure, I am friendly with Blaire. I wouldn't say we're friends. We've never hung out. But if you're in the world of political commentary, man, my nose looks red. I was just outside, plus it's sunburned. My nose looks red. Wait, no, that's what I said. If you're in this world, and you've seen Blaire White, you know that Blaire White is trans. You also know that Blaire White does not necessarily fit the ideological mold of your typical trans individual. They have a lot of kind of very base takes, anti-woke takes, transitioning kids takes. Basically, almost every opinion she has about trans issues, I agree with. But she puts out this tweet. And it says, if you see a bulge in a conservative woman's pants, it's a pew-pew. If you see a bulge in a liberal woman's pants, it's a peen. Okay? Now, again, Blaire White is trans. Everybody knows that. What I thought was interesting is you see this post here, like this post by Sarah Higdon, as well as this post by Ariel Morgan, where she's like, I know a lot of people are like, look, if you want to say Blaire White is a man, that doesn't bother me, okay? Biology is biology. Blaire was born with the junk. But Blaire is also not saying that she's a biological woman. She's not out there pushing this same gender ideology that a lot of places are. I think, Blaire is a force for good and somebody that I'm happy to share, my screen with, my platform with. I've been on her show. She's been on my show. We've hung out, I think once or twice at conventions. But there was this video that kind of like kicked everything off. So conservatives are playing a dangerous game, playing along with this insanity. She's talking about being trans, I assume. Thirst trapping straight men into having consensual or having spicy thoughts about their same gender while counterfeiting as a woman is wicked. Now, I understand, before you have a knee-jerk reaction, I 100% understand where people are coming from, especially from a religious perspective here. But what I can say about this post from Blaire White is I don't believe that this is a fair representation of it, because everybody knows Blaire is trans. Okay? She's been out, and probably one of, if not the most popular trans content creator in the world. Oh, I suppose ContraPoint's probably pretty popular too. But she's not trying to pretend she's not trans. Everybody knows that. She wears that on her sleeve. So it starts with this video where she's saying she's wicked and, you know, all this stuff. And I understand from a religious perspective why somebody might say this, even though I disagree.
I can't keep quiet about this stuff anymore. This is where the conservative movement is.
When they play music, I can't do it. So she talks about, you know, the conservative movement, and they can't be allowing this stuff. I don't know if that music's copywritten or not. So, you know, but ultimately, it's like one of these things where she's getting a ton of backlash. And so I wanted to point out that, you know, Blaire White is somebody that I consider a friend, at least internet friend. She is somebody that I would back politically, or I mean, if her channel was under attack, for example, like it is now. I wrote, everyone knows Blaire White is trans. I don't think you can effectively speak to Blaire's intentions here. I'm pretty positive this post isn't meant to, quote, thirst trap straight men. Now, are there posts like that? I'm sure there are. But then, you know, I just want to, you know, like, I don't like this. I don't know how to say it. Like, I understand why people are tentative and they say, you know, oh, this is a slippery slope and this and that. But I think Blaire is the wrong target for you. First of all, she speaks out against all the same things that, for example, I do. You see this Brand Krasenstein, one of the dumbest internet reply guys on the planet. Why do looks and physical appearance always get mixed up with political stance in conservative minds? Posting half nude photos of yourself holding an he literally calls it the assault thing. On social media, make a point exactly why exude confidence, why is America, blah, blah, blah. And he got, of course, ratioed into oblivion. Tim Pool says that's, I mean, like, you know, you see Cernovich, grateful you're doing what you do. Well, we know Cernovich, we know how Cernovich, we know Mike, like, but I mean, like, I don't, you know, I understand people are super religious. I'm not super religious, but, you know, Lauren Southern, you know, those libs don't understand what a real woman looks like. She only got 2 likes because people are, everybody's pissed off about this. There's this, Blaire is clearly trolling. Okay. And then, you know, in solidarity, I want to point out that this stuff is not okay. Okay. This is 2 hours ago. Oh no. It says, she ends up deleting it, but it comes from this Zoe Marshall. Gosh, I wish I could peel your skin from your muscles. F you. Just want to let you know that there is a Canadian trans woman out there coming for you, you POS. End yourself. Effing T-word. You're the definition of a T-word. That's this. You're 100% psychopath. You only care about personal gain. See, this person is currently DMing me on Twitter, threatening to come and end me. Like, I suppose she deleted it because it's bringing attention to, or maybe she retweeted it. But, you know, I think that, you know, I for one, find myself, like, you know, paying too much attention to trolls or people that are angry. But, like, again, here's her post. I'm transgender and I stand with J.K. Rowling. Her books were a fundamental part of my childhood. As an adult, she's inspired me, exemplifying how to stand against the mob and never bend the knee. Like, not everybody is your enemy. Not everybody is, just because someone is trans doesn't mean you can ascribe certain political ideologies to them. Just like you can't do it if they're gay. I mean, people think, oh, you're gay, you must be liberal. The log cabin Republicans exist, right? This is a time where I'm being, you know, where I think a lot of our what's the word for it? Like, standards or like our scruples are like being tested. And you know, in a world where everyone's kind of going down this we must be meaner line, I just think you can be mean and that's fine, but like I think that friendly fire is a thing too that people should be careful about. And I want to support Blaire against these kind of attacks because she's not the enemy. Blaire is not the enemy. You see, Sarah Higdon writes, one thing I love about Blaire, she really is good at exposing people. It's also great to see that people come out to defend her from the same attacks, not the same people who attack me on the daily. Not Morgan specifically, but many like her. I don't know who Morgan is, but, you know, Sarah is also trans, and, you know, I don't understand. I just wanted to give some, you know, see the other side are exposing their identity politics too. You see, if you see Blaire White openly trans, 143,000 likes. I don't even understand. This is the left, right? I assume they're like, oh, because you're trans, you can't possibly be. I'm not exactly sure what the point is here. So what? You can't be conservative if you're trans? I don't even understand. You see, by the way, for anyone wondering, this isn't actually weird. It's very predictable. You always get members of oppressed minorities who think that they can escape oppression by siding with the oppressors. It's like these people, this is why I stand with Blaire. Like the left is vile and calling it like, oh, what, you can't make jokes if you're trans. 150,000 likes on this. Blaire, I support you. I wish you all the best. People need to slow down a little bit before thinking people are the worst things on the planet. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you leave a like on it. We'll talk to you again real soon.